Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Here's our next game. This is MOYAI versus TMG. MOYAI is the ELO 1 team, the pro team, and TMG is the ELO 4 team, or the amateur team. This is Beat the Pro. So TMG has several boosters available to them. Boosters that they have are things like Trader. They have one person that they've placed into the spectators. So that feeds all kinds of information. Now, the ironic thing is that they also went with reverse lodge so they can pick a carrier instead of a battleship. So they have a sus for information, but they also have somebody that's giving them information on top of that. They have This Is Fine. The pro team is never allowed to DCP one fire, but they can DCP if things are incapacitated and floods. Hardcore mode means that the pro team cannot heal. And then there's Helper. Amateur can bring another player, and ship limitations do not change. And then finally, the pro team is not allowed to field a battleship. So let's take a look at the lineup here. Flanar is in the Shimakaze. Blue Nautilus is in a Marseille. That's a Shimakaze with mostly torps and 12-kilometer range. Karen Chris is in a Daring. Dicey's in a secondary Napoli. There's the Rockosaurus in a Puerto Rico. There's our Bounty Will 10 in the Castilla. Interesting decision to go with Pyrotechnician or whatever there. Pterodyne in a Mosfet unique upgrade. And then we've got Overwhelmer in our first time seeing a carrier in this game. So why not choose a sus? USS United States. All right. Opposing them to the south is MOYAI. Bringing with them Brody. Now, MOYAI has been winning a lot today. So we'll see if they can continue that. They've got Brody in the Marceau. Demo 23 in a unique upgrade Moskva. Proace in a Marseille. Linus in another Marseille. Pishabra in a Stalingrad with reload. MN92D in a Stalingrad with range. And Toji in an Elbing with unique upgrade. Back off here so you can watch as the Overwhelmer takes the sauce. Now remember, in theory, he knows exactly where to direct his bombs. So is he going to go after the Elbing? I would think so. Yeah, MOYAI is undefeated today. He's going to put a plane up for spotting. And then he's going to go ahead and drop on the Stalingrad. Now remember, the Stalingrad has defensive anti-air fire by default. I'm kind of surprised by this. I would think they would want to take out the destroyer first. Oof, big hit there from the bombs. The other thing is, a carrier in this setup, it's kind of almost counterintuitive because you're forced to... you take a ship off the line, so to speak. I mean, granted, they are bringing another player due to the boosters, but you take a ship off the line, and then when you do that, you know, it takes forever to get your planes back in and stuff. So it's just interesting choice. And then on top of that, going after the Stalingrad early on like that, I would have expected them to try to bait out the defensive anti-air and then go for the Elbing, but did not work out that way. Sus now going for the for the other Stalin. They really don't want Stalingrads. And there's the DCP. Remember that the pro team is not allowed to DCP a single fire. Those look like two fires, so that's why he DCP'd there. All right, taking a look at the setup over here on the other side. For once, the push for both teams is on the BC side, and there's less interest in A, possibly because of the carrier in the game that forces a lot more mobility on the enemy team, the red team. I like these conga line torpedoes from the Daring going down through the middle, and I think Picha's going to take a couple of these. Took one. Demo has his Hydra going. Stalingrad's forced to DCP. Proace turns, dodges pretty much almost all of the torpedo bombers from the sus. There's Will, the bounty. And the sus this time going through 2 anti-airfields. And not really getting much out. Nope, not even going to get a drop-off. So, I have a strong feeling that they're not going to get much mileage out of this carrier that they thought they could. Ooh, decent hit there on the Castilla. Remember, he's the bounty. So that's extra doubloons for MOYAI. Duroxorus is in trouble. He's forced to back off. I still don't know that he's going to be able to survive much longer. Elbing smokes. Right in front of torpedoes. Miss. Overwhelmer, I feel, is overwhelmed as a carrier player. He's trying way too hard to make things happen and is missing an awful lot of his drops. Castilla caught sideways to Demos Moskva and Pishabra Stalingrad. Big chunking there. He's got 20 seconds till his next heal, so he's going to have to get skinny. As all of MOYAI opens up on him, they sense the blood on the water. Brody opening up now too in the Marceau. They want to get paid. And there they go. Pishabra getting that kill. Pishabraba. Elbing still out there. Brody takes some big hits there. But still alive. At this point, though, MOYAI is in the point lead. They've got the cap lead. They've got... technically, they're down on hit points, but they're really well positioned. Dicey's Napoli caught out under radar. Pterodine's Moskva in trouble. And there goes Pterodine's Moskva. And looking at the sus, he's already lost a lot of his planes. That's his squadron right now. He can't feel the full drop anymore. That's unfortunate. Yep, there goes the Napoli. And that was an unfortunate drop. Yeah, they're really... Actually, I think the boosters are working against him. I think they're expecting too much out of their carrier. And I think they're expecting too much out of having all the information in the world about where things are. Like, why did Brody or Diracosaurus just take that shot, for example? Toji was detected and reversing. So that should have been an easy shot to line up. So Diracosaurus goes down. Pisha Brava goes down as well in the Stalin. Roach Rooter Boot, thank you very much for the follow. TMG, though, finally gets the something happening here in the mid. Is it enough? And it is not enough. Next kill will win the game for MOYAI, or they'll win in 13 seconds anyways. Three seconds. That does it as Colonel Chris's daring goes down. And we got our death pick from our first game. MOYAI winning another game. So, still undefeated so far this tournament. I can't English because I am tired. Let's go to the best of 3 screen. TMG wanting to bring that sus again. Nope, they didn't swap players. It was also because I made that that joke about Overwhelmer being overwhelmed. All right, so getting into our setup here, we've got same boosters as described in game 1, and this is going to be Brody in the Kleber, Tomatin in the Marceau, Pisha Bara in a Moskva this time instead of Stalingrad, Demo in a Napoli, Toji in another Napoli, Linus in a Clausewitz, and ME92 in the Stalingrad. Remember, they're not allowed to bring a battleship. Posing him to the south is TMG, once again fielding a super carrier Overwhelmer in the Sus. Colonel Chris in the Daring. Will is now in a Des Moines. D-Rock Source is in a Puerto Rico. Dicey's in a Napoli, secondary build. Blunatos in a Marseille. Titan in a Castilla. And Flanar 1 in a Shimakaze. And that is one lost drop. Doesn't even get a hit. Honestly, why would you do that? Far better off going for the Kleber or the Marceau with those rockets. If you don't feel comfortable with the rockets, don't use the rockets to start. Instead, use something else. Remember I was discussing this before about how the boosters didn't really synergize well? You're taking out a battleship, which in theory has worse anti-air than a lot of the cruisers out there. And then you're taking a carrier, so you're forcing more anti-air into the game. So you're going to make it harder for the carrier player. All right, Overwhelmer bringing bombers in now. And frankly, if I'm TMG, I'm going for the Clausewitz. Right? Like, no point in going for Napoli, Moskva, Napoli. Like, that's going to be a lot of anti-air. All right, he's trying to keep them spotted, and he's going to go after Emody again. Meanwhile, TMG is sending the bulk of their forces through the B-cap. Yeah, he really wants that Stalingrad. He just did a pre-drop. He's wasting a lot of time with these planes. Wolfie, we don't have song requests going. We don't have music going right now, but we can put that on for you at the end. Actually, I could have been running music this whole time, but I just haven't. Lots of torpedoes coming into the spot. And then, hey, there you go. There's the bombers on the Marceau. Of course, Marceau has defensive anti-air fire, but hey, probably going to get more through than the cruisers. Decent hit there. And that fighter plane will just be shot down. So that's not going to provide much information either, unfortunately. Remember, this is the ELO 4 team, which means in the grouping they have the lowest of the win rates, based off of clan battle performance. You've got a big ball over here. I mean, these guys would be great, doing great if they were playing against an enemy carrier. But they're not, so they're just kind of sitting there, giving side to Amade Stalingrad. Sus coming out with more. Yeah, and they're stalled exactly, Gandalf. Looks like he's going to try to drop on Toji's Napoli. See, if I'm the Sus, I'm just going after the Clausewitz the whole time. Why not? Like, if I get the kill, I just got everybody some doubloons, you know? Like, we are just past tied up now. So MOYAI in the lead because they've got 2 caps. They have both the C cap and the A cap. Overwhelmer now with the tactical torp bombers. Side note, it'd be nice if there was an easier way to tell which squadron it is that we're looking at. Always cool watching the planes. I'm a planes fan, so I always like aircraft. Brody in the Kleber is in the backfield. This is a big concern, especially for the carrier overwhelmer. I think he's realizing that threat. Once again, spending a lot of time trying to hunt for a target. And that torp probably isn't going to do anything. So that ball that was stalled has now moved a little bit more to behind another island. But once again, they've kind of stalled out there. Now this is a good opportunity for the Shimakaze to go into the sea cap. And he should know this because there's an observer. Yep, he's actually making... No. Let's see what he does. Three minutes remaining in this game, assuming nobody else dies. The Daring should be zoning out the Marceau, yes, but the Daring is not. He's in the middle of the map, between everybody, and he's spotted. Why is he spotted? He's shooting his guns at Brody's Kleber. So they're bringing him back to deal with the Kleber. Shimakaze is turning a... Dude, if I'm that Shimakaze, I'm just going to go for the Clausewitz. I don't know. Like, again, he's the bounty. Just go kill him. I mean, whatever.
The enemy is about to win.
Big hit there on Titan Extremers Castilla. IWAX, I'm pretty sure that spectators on communications, right? The idea is so that the information can be fed back to them. And look, they've even... Okay. So that was their opportunity to get some doubloons, right? Gone. You're now forced to smoke up. Brody hasn't lost that much hit points considering how much they were going in. TMG has basically just sailed into this massive trap, and they are now being shot at from every angle. We've got the Marceau getting a double strike. Castilla and the Napoli. Torpedoes and guns. Blue Nautilus turning, taking a torpedo despite having hydro. 30 seconds to go, and MOYAI will win game 2. Yes, they know who the bounty is because it was announced. They even get the daring. Let's see if I can get the Des Moines in the background syncing. There we go. Yes, we announced the bounty on the pro. So, MOYAI winning the second round. Paid Actors 101. It did come down to the carrier having to pull his weight, and unfortunately, it didn't happen, did it? Oh well, let's go to the best of 3 screen. Okay. So here we go with our last scheduled game for the day. There could always be more. This is Beat the Pro. We have the same boosters throughout the games, so no changes there. The bounty for this game is Napoli Blue Nautilus. So Blue Nautilus survives. TMG gets some doubloons. Obviously, if he dies, then MOYAI gets more doubloons than they've already earned today. It's been quite the payday for them. Let's see if they can add to their pile. So TMG is bringing a daring, Shimakaze, Napoli, Castilla, another Napoli. Big differences between those two builds. Des Moines, Piemonte, and this time instead of a sus, they take an FDR. So they want a little bit different approach to the carriers. That does free up a super ship slot. MOYAI bringing with them a Marceau, a Moskva, Piemonte of their own. It's a unique upgrade, Moskva. A Napoli, range mod, a Marseille. And look at FDR just tossing all of his planes in. He's trying to smack the Piemonte. And Piemonte's going to turn and take 1, 2 up the butt. And that will be it. He lost a lot of planes for that strike. On the other side, we've got Emmy in the Des Moines, unique upgrade, and then there's the Marceau. Okay. Looks like both teams focusing more on the AB side. Actually, TMG, I think, is going for more of an even focus. They did grab the C cap, so now they've got 2 points lead. FDR is trying to drop on Brody's Marceau. Actually, is making some headway. Does start a fire. So, remember, because of the booster, Brody can't not DCP. Pterodine coming around for a second shot. Once again, dropping that that spotting plane, that fighter. DCP allowed now because of the modules being incapacitated. But that plane's going to give them no extra boost. The plane's positioning's been a little bit off, I'd say. Meanwhile, Marceau on the other flank just working his way up the 10 line. Des Moines is getting ready as well. TMG once again kind of balling up a little bit here with the Castilla and Piemonte and the Napoli. And then on the other side, you've got the Des Moines, Shima, and Napoli. Ken going down the channel in the Daring is a very interesting choice. FDR pre-dropping. I've noticed he's been pre-dropping a little bit to keep his planes up. That's good. Marceau spotted once again. Are these guys able to hit him? Forcing him sideways into Brody's torpedoes. Or not Brody, I'm sorry, Pterodine's torpedoes. But Brody just keeps going one direction because these are slow FDR torpedoes. I mean, look at that. He's like, he doesn't care. He's going to try to do the hammer and anvil drop, but I think these torpedoes will expire before, you know, they catch up to him, so. And with nobody else out there to support, yeah, see, there they go. I have a strong feeling that Brody's going to be just fine here. Unless he takes some shell hits and gets set on fire. Oof, he was not set on fire. MOYAI pushing up with a Napoli Piemonte. Moskva is a good opportunity for them. Notice how this Moskva, by the way, is running defensive anti-air. Obviously, they know that TMG is going to bring carriers, so why not spec for anti-air? It's very smart. Reminds me a lot of Supremacy League. Back when I had to play carrier, and I will tell you, playing carrier is a very, very demanding and very thankless role. You're never where they want you to be, and when they want you to be someplace, they expect you there like within seconds. They expect your spotting, they expect you to do damage on things. In theory, there should not be a need for spotting because you've got an observer telling you all that kind of stuff. Yes, because you're a carrier, so you have to carry. Right. The Iracosaurus' Piemonte stuck bow in. Never want to be in that kind of situation, and he dies to the other Piemonte. Ken is spotted in the middle of the map now. I guess the question is MOYAI going to go for the kill with Blue Nautilus, or are they just going to do their own thing? They didn't care about the bounty last game either. 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go. I just don't see another way in it for TMG. Once again, they kind of grouped up. I like that they were a little bit more aggressive with the caps.
The enemy is about to win.
Now, Toji's going to burn. So you want to stop shooting him and you want to shoot somebody else, but they probably don't have anybody else to shoot anyways. Look at Pisha coming through the channel with his Moskva on the daring. He's probably holding tight for a sec. He doesn't have radar, of course, so he's holding tight in case of conga line torpedoes from the daring. Great Ghost, thank you for the raid. Welcome, everybody. Two minutes to go, but Colonel Chris is going to just charge in and die. Titan is probably going to die very soon as well. Look at the points, though. Because of the 2 cap advantage or tick, they're still looking pretty healthy point-wise. There was no need for this kind of, like, desperation play. Piemonte almost dead. Demo almost dead. They're leaving so much hit points on the table. And Pterodine once again going to try to drop on the Moskva with his bombers. Didn't even get that good of a hit, unfortunately. They're trying to find a Citadel shot on Pisha, but Pisha's going to reverse. Titan trying to reverse too. Honestly, if I'm Pisha, I'm just going to hit W now and smack Titan in the Citadel. Almost like that. Almost like that. Bye-bye. Look at all these low health ships. If only they had a ship that could go and kill ships that are low health. Flanar is, well, nope, radar is still available, or still down, I mean. Ooh, big hit there on Emmy. From the Bounty Blue Nautilus. Look at that, they get a kill. But we keep getting lead changes. Why? Well, there goes another dice. There goes another TMG ship. And Pisha, once again, extremely low. Toji, extremely low. These guys can't heal. These guys are unable to heal. Why are you letting them live if they can't heal? Take them down. Just take them down. Done. Yeah, very greedy play by that Des Moines. But, you know, hey, whatever. Here comes the Moskva, or the Roosevelt again. They have to get this kill. They don't. It causes a fire. He can't DCP the fire, and he can't heal. That's a dead Pisha. Okay, now look at the points. Lead change, but only temporarily. Even on points now. Time for the FDR to go get another kill. Piemonte would be a good choice right now. Would be a great choice. With how low he is. A rocket hit. Another bomb hit. Does it. Torpedo bombers won't. Again, you banned battleships and then you bring a ship that's designed to farm battleships. It's not going to work. Midway would have been a far better choice if you wanted to play carrier. All right, he's going for Demo. Absolutely. Carrier always goes for the low health targets. Absolutely. Meanwhile, he's in trouble. Spotted. Being chased now. Oh no, Flanar is detected. Why did he let himself get detected? He's in a Shimakaze. He's got far better concealment than the Marceau. He goes down, and that seals the deal. MOYAI is going to win every single game in this weekend's tournament. Every single game. The Pro has not been beaten. Wow. Wow. I mean, Wow.